Have you ever thought some laws sounded downright bizarre? Imagine getting fined just for chewing gum in Singapore or for feeding pigeons in Venice. Across the world, countries have passed some of the strangest laws you could think of, from banning oversized snowmen to restricting high heels at ancient monuments. Ready to be baffled by more? Curious? Just keep watching. Number 10. In Souris, Prince Edward Island, Canada, there's an unusual law that prohibits building a snowman taller than 30 inches on a corner lot. This regulation aims to prevent large snow structures from obstructing drivers' views at intersections, thereby enhancing road safety during the snowy months. While it might seem overly cautious, the law reflects the town's commitment to minimizing potential hazards caused by winter activities. Residents are encouraged to keep their snowmen modest in size, especially near street corners, to ensure clear visibility for all. This quirky ordinance serves as a reminder that even festive fun must align with community safety standards. Number 9. In Greece, wearing high heels at ancient monuments is prohibited to protect these historic sites. The rule was introduced to prevent damage to fragile stone floors, which can easily be scratched or chipped by the pressure of a high heel. With Greece's rich history, places like the Acropolis are not just tourist attractions, but cultural treasures that deserve preservation. The Greek Ministry of Culture enforces this rule to keep these sites intact for future generations, meaning visitors need to plan their footwear accordingly. High heels can contribute to erosion over time, so opting for flat shoes is not just practical, but respectful. So if you're planning to tour Greece's ancient marvels, it's best to save the heels for another occasion. Number 8. In Germany, running out of gas on the Autobahn is not just inconvenient, it's illegal. Authorities view this as preventable negligence, as all drivers are expected to ensure their vehicles are fully fueled before entering these high-speed highways. Stranded cars can create major safety hazards, especially on stretches without speed limits where vehicles often travel at extreme speeds. For the same reason, walking on the Autobahn is prohibited. So if you do run out of gas, you're also stuck without the option to simply walk to a nearby station. Fines and penalties are issued to reinforce this rule, aiming to keep traffic moving and minimize risks. In Germany, proper preparation for a drive is essential, particularly on the Autobahn. Number 7. In the UK, there's an odd but unique law that prohibits handling a salmon in a suspicious manner. This rule was put to place in the Salmon Act of 1986 to address issues related to illegal salmon trading and poaching. Although it sounds funny, authorities aim to give law enforcement a way to stop shady dealings surrounding the fish trade. It's unclear exactly what handling a salmon suspiciously entails, but those involved in illegal practices would certainly be at risk. Today, it's mostly an entertaining piece of trivia rather than an active part of the legal system. But if you find yourself carrying a salmon in the UK, remember to do so confidently. Number 6. In Venice, feeding pigeons is illegal due to the enormous population of these birds in the city's most popular spots, especially around St. Mark's Square. Pigeons were causing significant damage to Venice's historic buildings and statues with their droppings, which are acidic and can wear down stone. The law is part of a broader effort to protect Venice's architectural heritage and keep public spaces clean. If caught feeding these feathered locals, you can expect a fine, so it's best to enjoy Venice's birds from afar. Over time, the city has seen an improvement, with fewer pigeons gathering in such high numbers. It may seem harsh, but it's a small price to pay to preserve the beauty of Venice. Number 5. In southern Australia, Disrupting a wedding or funeral is considered a serious offense and can lead to fines or jail time. These ceremonies are regarded as highly significant moments, and any interruption is seen as a violation of respect for the people involved. The law applies to any kind of disruption, whether intentional or accidental, and it underscores the importance of maintaining decorum during these events. Even a prank can be met with serious consequences if it interrupts the ceremony, as Australian authorities don't take these situations lightly. This law protects the right to peace and solemnity at these gatherings, ensuring families and loved ones can celebrate or mourn without disturbance. It's a strong reminder of the importance of honoring such pivotal life events. Number 4. Japan has a law that requires citizens to maintain a healthy waistline, and companies are obligated to measure their employees' waists once a year to ensure they fall within government standards. Known as the Metabo law, this regulation is part of Japan's initiative to reduce obesity-related health problems. Citizens exceeding these measurements receive health support to help them reach government-recommended standards, all as a way to encourage a healthier lifestyle. The law doesn't penalize individuals, but instead promotes wellness through routine checkups and counseling. Japan's proactive approach to public health has earned attention worldwide, though it may seem strict to outsiders. For many in Japan, it's a regular part of work life that serves as a reminder to prioritize health. Number 3. In Singapore, chewing gum is illegal unless it's for medicinal purposes. This strict rule was introduced in 1992 to help maintain Singapore's reputation as one of the cleanest cities in the world. Chewing gum litter was a huge problem in public spaces, particularly on streets, sidewalks, and public transport. By banning gum, Singapore drastically reduced maintenance costs and eliminated gum-related issues, helping keep public areas spotless. The law has been widely accepted over the years, though visitors are often surprised by it. So, if you're visiting Singapore, best to leave the gum at home to avoid a hefty fine.
Hello man, how are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
Good. Do you sell any chewing gum?
Sorry, sir. It's not allowed to sell chewing gum in Singapore.
You don't sell chewing gum in Singapore? What if, do you have any behind there, any like a illegal stash? I can offer you some money, you can buy me some, you can get some chewing gum? I'll give you like $20? Nah. So there's no chewing gum at all in Singapore.
Number 2. In China, a 2007 law requires Tibetan Buddhist monks to obtain government approval for reincarnations, specifically targeting the selection of high-ranking spiritual figures, or living Buddhas. This regulation, known as Order Number 5, mandates that any reincarnated Lama must be recognized by Chinese authorities, aiming to tighten control over Tibetan Buddhism. The rule has significant implications for choosing the next Dalai Lama, who has been a prominent symbol of Tibetan identity and resistance to Chinese governance. While officials claim the law prevents foreign interference in religious affairs, critics argue it's a clear attempt to suppress Tibetan autonomy and control spiritual practices. This law underscores the extent of state influence over religious matters in China, impacting centuries-old traditions and the very fabric of Tibetan culture. If you like our videos, let us know in the comments, subscribe, and ring the bell. And now, number 1. In the small Italian town of Falciano del Masico, dying is technically against the law. The unusual ban was introduced because the town doesn't have a cemetery and ran out of burial space. Officials passed this law with a bit of humor, asking residents to avoid dying until they could be buried in nearby towns. The rule became an international joke, and locals took it in stride, seeing it as a quirky solution to a real issue. Neighboring towns have agreed to allow burials for those who pass away, but technically, the no dying law still exists. It's a fascinating example of a practical issue handled in an unusual way, showing that sometimes you just have to think outside the box. If you'd like to keep watching, check out one of these intriguing videos.